what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Chatty Penpal channel, and today I am here to share with you a super fun little penpal project. Here, rolling into the screen is my cat Sage. Say hello, Sage. First of all, I'm a little ill, so you're going to hear that in my voice, but I've been on the couch watching Netflix all weekend and I am so sick and tired of it. I just wanted to do something else for a change. So I'm going to see how long I can focus on this. In today's video, I am going to show you this mini pocket letter. I am going to finish it. Excuse me. I'm going to finish it and we're going to make and decorate the envelope together. So it's basically like a project share pen pal with me type video. So first up, of course, the mini pocket letter. Some of you will recognize it because I have actually made this in a Patreon live stream. During the lockdowns, I did quite a few live streams, some of them for YouTube, some of them for Patreon. I really enjoy doing live streams, but I also I get really nervous during live streams. So as much as I enjoy doing them, I haven't been doing them lately simply because my anxiety has been quite high and I'm not up for the task right now. So if you're my Patreon and you're wondering why I'm not doing live streams, that is why. I just need to have some more peace of mind first. But we made this one during a live stream, had a lot of help from my patrons, resulting in this super fun little collages. Sip of tea. This is your reminder to take a sip of water if you're, because I forget. A reminder. Anywho, I made this mini pocket letter. Basically, the front is 3 little collages that I made with that Amy Tangerine picnic something, paper pad, and die cuts. And then on the back, as you can see, I have some die cuts from the collection, some die cuts that I made myself, and then this left pocket has some clear stickers. I love them. And again, some die cuts that say, oh, hello there, or hello there, I forgot, in gold. Then I also have the letter, of course, which is private because there's private stuff in there. And then I have a little question tag. I asked people on Instagram to help me come up with fun questions to ask. So that came out weird. Fun questions to ask, and I'm going to fill that out later as well. Now, I wanted to send the pocket letter out in full, so I didn't want to like fold it. So I wanted to use the app. There's an app called Envelope Punchboard Calculator. And it basically tells you how to use the envelope punch board with different measurements than the ones given to you with the envelope punch board. But the project was too big, so it didn't actually work. So I decided to eyeball it, I guess. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to make an envelope really easy style. You will see me do that here. I also have measurements in case you ever want to send out a mini envelope, a mini pocket letter, sorry. So I will put them in the description box down below. Literally all you do is fold. So you just make sure that you have, yeah, I could explain it, but it doesn't really make sense. Sorry, my being sick makes me even more messy and hard to understand than usual, but literally all you do is you fold paper around the project. So as you can see me do here, I take a piece of paper that is twice the size of the height of my project and then a little bit extra for the flap. And then I take 1/2 inch on the left and 1/2 inch on the right for creating like folding lines. I'm sorry, my head is in the frame, but this is a really simple way of making an envelope. I think I also explained this in my how to make envelopes tutorial video. I will link that down below. It gives you simple ways of making envelopes. And I think that it's better if I just direct you to that instead of trying to explain it here. So these are the measurements. I'm just holding them up so that I can see and put them in the description. It's no, like I said, I will put them in the description so you don't have to try and pause the video at exactly the right moment. So then what you do is you cut off the extra flaps. then you fold, and then you will see that it looks kind of like an envelope when you open it up. So I like this way of making an envelope because it's super simple and there's very minimal overlap, so you don't waste a whole lot of paper. Yet I never actually do this because I love using my envelope puncher too much. So this is me just finishing it up. I'm just using some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to start decorating it. I also use washi tape on the sides because I think it looks fun and because I thought it would make it a little bit sturdier. So these are just some samples I have that I thought would go well with the paper I chose. Now, I'm just going to quickly tell you a little life lesson. For those of you who are new to my channel, I call myself the Chatty Penpal channel because I always chat during my videos. I talk about the project obviously, but there were times where I would also talk a lot about my personal life, and as mentioned before, I have anxiety, quite terrible anxiety actually, and I go to therapy and stuff like that, and I quite like including little stories about that in my videos, not because I thoroughly enjoy talking about it, but because I think that it should be something that is normal. It should be something that we can talk about. At least that's how I feel about it. Sorry for my head bobbing in and out of the frame. I guess I will never learn. But one thing I want to tell you is that I called in sick for work on Monday, and that is a big step. In the background, I'm just grabbing some of my Pick Your Mix stickers to fill up that last pocket. I am a brand representative for Pick Your Mix, but I'm also just genuinely a fan. This basically just means that I get some of her stickers for free. I also purchased lots of them myself, simply because I like them a lot. But I called in sick for work, and that's a big deal for me because I never call in sick for work. Of course, I have called in sick before, but usually I will just try to go to work while feeling crappy. Like, I'll just take an aspirin and struggle my way through the day, and that's okay. I mean, if you have like a headache or something, then yeah, you don't have to call in sick. You can just take an aspirin and go to work. It's just, it kind of depends on who you are as a person and how much being sick on that day influences you. The stamps I showed are new stamps I have. They are about endangered species of bees. I purchased them because I thought they would also donate or contribute to saving bees, but it doesn't actually say anything like that. So I think it's just an image of a bee, and that's about it. Or at least I can't figure out if they actually do something useful with that as well. But I called in sick for work, and I already said that 7 times. But for me, it was a big deal to actually tell myself, like, okay, maybe for once it's a good idea to just do some self-care and sit on the couch and heal, or like get better first instead of struggle my way through it. And I was actually thinking about that today because growing up, my parents would do exactly the same. They would always struggle on, because I grew up on a farm, and basically farm work never stops. Like, they always felt that they couldn't take a break, and I would get angry at them, like especially my dad. I would always say, "Dad, you're ill. The world doesn't stop spinning if you take a sick day." And I would always say, "Dad, maybe if you spend one day being sick on the couch, you will actually feel better, instead of struggling on for 5 days being half sick because you don't give yourself the time to heal." And I would always think that that was ridiculous. Like, Dad, seriously, take that break. And I realized today that I am exactly the same. So I don't know, that made me smile a little. I guess we do take on after our parents, and it's kind of funny how we can give other people good advice, but not ourselves. So for once, I took my own good advice, even though I felt kind of guilty, you know. I know that I work in a team of 50 people, so there's always, every week there's at least one person calling in sick, and it's not the end of the world. But when I called in sick, I almost felt like, you know, they're going to be so upset because I'm not there, just like everything stops working when I'm not there. So I did feel weird about it, and I kept thinking like, oh, am I actually sick enough to take this break? But in the end, listen to my voice, my head hurts and I have sore muscles and I'm actually sick, so it's kind of ridiculous to be putting that kind of what's the word, pressure on myself, like to be so hard on myself, I reckon. Anywho, I just wanted to share that because for me it feels like a kind of a big deal. And I'm kind of proud of myself for actually taking that time off and taking that self-care, putting myself first instead of last. I don't know. For some people this will be very, very, very normal, but for me it's a big deal. In the background I'm just closing up this letter, and I will also be making a wax seal for it. If you're interested in wax seals, definitely check out my last video. It doesn't have as many views as I thought it would, but it's a wax sealing video I am so proud of. It's definitely my favorite one so far. I will link it here somewhere so you can check it out. As you can see by the address label, this was a PO box reply. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. A PO box reply I sent out to Jen. It has been safely received. This month I've actually, or at the beginning of this month before everything went crazy and I had 2 funerals and then I got sick, I actually started sending out a whole bunch of PO box replies because I'm doing a postcard challenge. So for Patreon we have decorated postcards, and I've sent out a couple to people who've sent me PO box mail, which I thought was really, really fun. Of course I still cannot reply to everyone, but it actually, despite it being smaller mails, it actually feels really, really nice to get to send out some more, because you guys have been amazing. I'm just going to color in the wax seal. As you can see, I was hoping that the colors would match the envelope, but they're a little bit darker than I wanted. The red is a little bit too dark, but it still looks kind of cute. So I'm going to do my outro here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Follow me here and on Instagram. I also have TikTok, where I also post wax sealing videos and some Happy Meal content. And then last but not least, obviously, I have Patreon. I want to thank all of my incredible patrons, because thanks to you I get to do so many cool things for my YouTube channel and grow, I suppose. So a big thank you to my patrons, and of course to everyone watching this, and I hope you're all doing incredible, and I will see you again soon. I don't know if that will be next week, because I will be changing from this crappy Wondershare Filmora video editing software to hopefully a better one. So I need to see if I can figure that out somewhere in the meantime, and then hopefully I'll have a video up once I do. Okay, bye bye.